What's up, everybody? So back with another episode. Today I have a gentleman that I've known, I would say, a little over a month, probably a month and a half. Been working with us. Got introduced through one of my closest people in the industry and a good friend as well, who's also been on here. But a gentleman came to me and was like, "Hey, man, I've worked with a lot of people. I'm interested to see. Let me put my toe in it at first." He put his toe in, and then literally every other day, I feel like he hits us up to get more leads, man. So Jordan, I appreciate you for hopping on today, brother.
Absolutely. I appreciate the opportunity, man.
Of course, man, of course. So first and foremost, this is just for me and obviously for the people. Can you, before we hop into the leads, can you tell us a little bit about your background in terms of like how did you get into the life insurance space, from when you did?
Oh man, that's a good question. So it's funny, me and one of your good friends that referred me over, we have the same background, right? We're both from hospitality, managing restaurants, and I feel like probably half the world had their life turned upside down with COVID, and I was the same exact thing. I went from working like 50 to 60 hours a week, and then my hours were cut to like 25 or 30. So
Mhm.
obviously my income was cut into less than half. And then, I had to make a tough decision, right? Like where we're going to make more money. I had a baby on the way. I just recently got married at the time, and I started doing like Uber and DoorDash on the side during COVID, like a lot of people probably did, and had to make ends meet that way. And it was a blessing though, because what happened is I was actually making really good money doing
Mhm.
that, right? I was making 50 to $60 an hour. I mean, that was good money at the time, right? But things were going well, but they weren't as good as I needed them to be because I had the baby on the way. My wife was counting on me to, take our family to the next level financially. So I asked my boss, who was actually my best friend, and I said, "Hey, Danny, can I get like one, maybe two weekend nights off every week?" And he was like, "No, man, like this is a restaurant. This is we need you every night. We need you on the weekends." And I was like, okay, I understand the position, but hey, I need to make a shift financially. So I left there and I went full time into doing Uber and DoorDash. And then, shortly after that, I got into a really, really bad car wreck where I almost lost my life. I rolled over on the freeway about 13 times. I actually had an Uber passenger in my back seat at the time, and it was life altering because baby came, and my wife was like, "There's no way I'm gonna have you out on the road, 12, 14 hours a day. Like I need you home." And my sister actually just got brought in the life insurance industry. And at the time, I was also starting to get into investments and like day trading. And she was like, "Hey, like I know you like numbers and you like money and stuff like that. I think you'd do well in the financial industry." And I was like, "Okay, I'll check it out. I'll check it out." So long story short, right? I did really well in the beginning. I was part of a company that we didn't do leads, right? Leads were like frowned on. We're like, we just talk to our family and friends and warm market, we call it. And we thought everyone that paid for leads was dumb, right? Like, why would you pay for leads? Like, we can get free leads. And then, a few years later, I actually leads were introduced to the company, and then I was like, yeah, I'll try them, right? I'll try them. And then I'm a pretty good, decent people person, so I leverage that to like try to have conversations to build trust, and obviously that worked a little bit, but then later on had to find the systems and the lead sources to be able to scale and make it happen. So that's kind of where we're at right now.
Yeah, first of all, I appreciate you for all the detail and for being transparent. You touched on something I wanted to bring up. You're very unique and you've seen both worlds.
Yeah.
You've seen the friends and family, warm market, working your network.
Yeah.